Hey everyone, how's it going? Blue Riser here. Today we're going to go over the Void Nidhogg strike. Now, last time I did this was on Void John, and I got a few dislikes, so I'm not sure what I did wrong. So I want to make sure I go over it pretty extensively, and at least simply and clearly. That way, I hope the message is a bit more clear. So first things first, I want to go through the characters that I'm using. So we're going to go over this current team. Now, yes, it's full of 5 stars. I think we're going to have to come up with some alternatives if you don't have it. Now, Yachio, the first one here, isn't a 5 star. She's actually a 4 star. And then for this one, I only have one of the characters that have the special Void weapon. This weapon prevents innervation. I guess that's how you pronounce it. And that's the status debuff that Void Nidhogg does. Now, you see here, I have a bunch of dragons. I've got John, Gilgamesh, Lindworm, and Cupid. If you do not have Cupid, Cupid is almost a must on this one. Cupid is the perfect dragon for this situation. Phoenix would do well too, but then you have a thing of it being a fire and it won't be attuned to the character. But I think Phoenix will work well if you don't have a Cupid. She's a perfect substitute. Of course, we have other dragons too, like Freya. I believe there's one more healing dragon. If not, I think those are the only 3. So again, we're just going to run down with the characters I have. We have Yachio here, who has Jewels of the Sun. This is a skill haste and strength up at 70%. We've got Worthy Rivals, which is a Broken Punisher, very, very necessary, and skill prep. Then over here we have Anlie. Regardless, we have the Mother's Love, which is Gauge Accelerator, Hidden in the Books, which is skill damage. And then we have Albert here. We have Heroes Arrive, which is Slayer Strength, Healing Double Buff. In fact, I can probably change that one. That one can be a bit more flexible. And then this one, Skill Prep. And in fact, I think his so far are probably on the lesser end. I just didn't really think about his, to be honest. Then we have Julieta with Shield Prep, which, you know what, again, you can change that out. I think anything that increases gauge, like decreasing the gauge of the enemy, is best. And then this one, I guess that was just an auto pick, so we're going to change that one actually. So we're going to switch that last one to axe skill damage. And then we're also going to give her a gauge accelerator also. So overall, the main key is to lower the gauge as fast as possible. Now, as I said before, if you do not have Cupid or any other healing dragon, you're going to need a healer. It's kind of necessary. Estella is perfect. She works the best for me. I use her a lot. So she's a pretty dependable healer when I need her. Unfortunately, I really haven't used these other 3, so I can't really attest to how good they are as healers. But we're going to back out, and now we're going to actually try to fight the Void Nidhogg himself. Now, I was fighting Void Nidhogg on multi. After a while, if you get the rhythm of the battle, it's not too hard to take on by yourself. So we're going to take it on by myself. I've beat him a few times by myself. I'm not too worried about him. Okay, so the first thing that he's going to do is he's going to charge at you. This is pretty much his first thing all the time. And he has range resistance, so don't bring any ranged characters. It's not really useful in this fight. You want to kind of dodge, keep going behind him, and then avoid. Oh, there we got hit by that. That's poisoned. And he's probably going to hit me with there. Yep. You want to dodge his attacks. That way he doesn't give you innervation. But he also does poison damage too. Which, I mean, it's pretty bad, but luckily it doesn't kill you. Now, something I should have mentioned before any of this is bring a support character. The best one to bring is actually, let's see if I can break him before then. We cannot. One of the best ones to bring is actually Vixel. He has a great healing ability. Hopefully you have a friend who has Vixel or something like that. He has HP regen, and it lasts for a good hefty amount of time. Enough for you to break Void Nidhogg, and then lay down on him. And if that's not the case, well, you can hope you build up your Dragon Gauge like I did right now. And I'm just gonna hold Dragon Gauge for a while, since I don't really need to. He's not an overgauge right now, so we don't have to use our dragon right now. Just keep laying on him, keep focusing on his back, attack him in the behind, and you should be okay. So we're gonna go ahead and use this. And I really don't think I don't think character matters too much, since let's get out of there. There we go. Everyone else is the innervation. So there he is in overdrive. We're going to go ahead and use our dragon. Everyone else is going to have to take a little bit of a hit. That's fine. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and use Vixel again. Heal up. And do an attack. Gonna break him. There we go. I believe, which one's Gilgamesh? Which one's Gilgamesh? This one's Gilgamesh. There we go. Now we're gonna go Gilgamesh, finish it off. Always good to have one good damage dealing dragon. And then John and Cupid are good for support. Cupid would be the best option. And we're gonna go with NEL, and he's defeated. So he's not too hard. You can actually tank a lot of his attacks. He doesn't hit like a truck at all. Which is funny because the monster that you need to beat him, the Amenos, I believe that's how you pronounce it, he hits like a truck. But also he has a not paralyzed, petrification, so there is that. So we beat him and we get some rewards. We're going to run him a few more times. I'll try to explain more of the strategy behind it, and then hopefully you guys are ready to take him on after taking on the bull. Of course, it's always recommended to bring units who are at least like 44 in the mana circle. It doesn't have to be 50. It really doesn't. All of these characters are 44, 45, or 46. Oh, I got hit by that. That's fine. We'll just go around him, keep attacking like that, and shoot his little energy ball. Really lay into him. He gets dazed for a little bit. There we go. Like he's not crazy hard. Like I said, if you stay behind him, it is a very easy fight at times. He does very repetitive, very easy to read motions. So there you go. This is the only thing that really gets you. You have a slow come down, right? You're coming down pretty slow, and luckily he's paralyzed right now. We're gonna go ahead and break him now. There we go. But that's the part that really gets people, because it's going to take out a lot of your health regardless. You're really going to take that hit. Unless you have, what is that, Dragon Gauge prep, something like that, where you can use your dragon a little bit earlier. But I don't recommend it. I think if you just have some sort of healing thing, you'll be totally fine. Such as Vixel, and a support too would work perfectly fine. Now if you're playing online with other people, having a Cupid for yourself is probably the best idea. You can't play as a healer in that situation. You know, here, if I wanted to throw out one of my characters, I could probably throw out Albert and switch him out for a healer to really help out my team. If I thought I needed it. And in some cases, maybe you will. So he's back in overdrive. Let me go over here. Gilgamesh, get ready. We're going to use Vixel again once we touch the ground. There we go. Now again, not everyone's going to have the luxury of having the Vixel around to help them. So again, any sort of healer would probably do you some good. Again, attack the back. He's charging. Pretty simple stuff. He's pretty easy to read. Forward attack. We're going to go ahead and break him. Then use Gilgamesh. There we go. Give him a few attacks. You know what? I could use a different dragon too. But I like Gilgamesh, so whatever. And then he should be done from here. I don't think he'll go into overcharge. He might. Yeah, he might at this case, but it shouldn't matter that much. There we go. Innovation, so let me switch up. I'm poisoned, so we're gonna heal. Get out the way. You know, his debuffs and afflictions, they aren't that hard to deal with. Poison cannot kill you, and for the most part, he is very easy to dodge. We're gonna finish this now. No. Oh, or not. We're gonna finish it right now. Whatever. There you go. Take this one. So we're gonna run it one more time. Hopefully you guys are starting to understand the flow of it. If you have any questions, please tell me. If you think something's wrong about it, about this guide or walkthrough, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to probably name it guide. But if you think there's anything wrong with it, please address it. It's always good for me to learn what I can change and do better. So we're going to keep attacking. You know, I don't think this is truly a difficult battle. I generally don't like the void battles because of how gimmicky they are. I kind of can't stand it to a point. But this one, it's not too bad. Of course, you have to get through the Aminos, and it might be Amanas. I'm not sure. The bull. But you have to get through him, and he's a pretty annoying fight, to be honest. But luckily, all of last week they stunned. Oh, stunned! There you go. Ah, perfect. Ani Lai. She's perfect for this battle because she can stun him. We're at 80 level 2. We're going to go ahead and break him now. There we go. You know, we can try to use her actually. Get out the way, get out the way. Okay, well, whatever. Like, don't invest any worm prints on poison resistance. It's really not worth it. Like I said earlier, he really doesn't hit that hard. He kind of relies on the innervation and the poison in order to get you down. And I mean, if you have both of them at the same time, yeah, he's gonna deal a bit of damage to you. But like I said, just follow along, keep going behind his back. You should be fine. Now he's about to go into overdrive. Jeez, come on, man, catch up. I missed that one. There we go. Yeah, let's try Lindorm for some reason. There we go. Lindorm's one of my strongest light dragons. Because he's just maxed out. Because I get so many of them. I think I have 2 maxed out Lindworms. And Lightning Bostal. Oh, you're not dead. I wanted to end on that one. Innovation. Let's go with poison? Okay, whatever. Like this one, I feel like you can be a bit more reckless. Like it gives you more room to be reckless, and innovation really doesn't cause you too much trouble if you stick to just moving around him so much and sticking behind him. Since a lot of his basic attacks are just like claw strikes, besides the one fireball that tracks people and creates a little bit of an explosion, I think overall he's pretty easy to deal with. It's not a long fight either, and it's because of the motion of, well, he attacks, he does a few claw strikes, alright, get out of the way, attack him from behind, and then he'll do his dark, I forget the name already, he'll do that, he's helpless, and then you heal, and by that point, he should have enough of his gauge down, and you can break him, and then he's down again for an even longer period of time, so you can keep attacking him. And then it's just rinse and repeat, and that is such an easy formula to follow, and like it leads to mistake only if you're too slow after the dark attack. Like after the explosion, if you were literally too slow and he gets up and somehow attacks you, you're most likely going to die. So that's the only thing you really have to worry about. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, or I hope you've learned something too. So go ahead and try to take on Nidhogg yourself. Love to see your results. Do you think he's too hard? Do you think he's too easy? I think he's in the middle ground. Definitely a bit harder than John. John's pretty easy. I don't think he's as hard as like what's the green one? Garuda? Is it Garuda? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm bad with names. Other than that, anniversary is coming up. The countdown has started. I want to try to release a bit more of the Void Battle guides. I want to talk about them real quick right before anniversary heads up, just in case they want to change stuff up. Which, I mean, I don't think anything of Void Battle is going to change, but we'll see. Anyway, see you guys next time. Peace out.